Welcome, everyone, to Dominion Women's Health podcast. Today, we're going to be talking a DWH Med Spa, and I am excited because I have guests, so it's not me that's going to be running his mouth the whole time. So I have Britney Rohde, who's the office manager at DWH Med Spa.
Good afternoon.
And I have Badia Hamzi, who works for Hydrafacial, and it's a new machine that we just purchased for our med spa, and we're going to go over a little bit of it. But I'll start off with the lovely young ladies. Britney, you've been with DWH Med Spa as well as Dominion Women's Health for how many years now?
I have been with Dominion Women's Health for 14 years, which is crazy. I'm only 34. So, yeah. And been going to the med spa to help Dr. Span out with different things for maybe about 5 years, but I would say managing the med spa for about a year and a half.
And I know that at our med spa, because we've talked about it on some of the podcasts, we do, besides Botox, fillers, and hormone therapy and weight loss management, what are some of the other things that you guys are doing at the med spa?
We have lots of different machines. Like you said, the Hydrafacial. We have machines that can address pigmentation, scarring, acne, fine lines, wrinkles, rosacea, really any skin care issues that someone is suffering with, we can address and help resolve those issues.
I know that you guys have the cosmetic line.
Yep, we have two different brands. We have Zeo and Skin Better, and they are both medical grade skincare products that we carry.
And you guys, I know that you do the microneedling and the two different types of microneedling.
Mm-hmm. One of the microneedling services is Skin Pen, and that's very surface level using the Skin Pen for microneedling. And then we have the Morpheus 8, which Kim Kardashian uses, is microneedling with a radio frequency, which adds heat to penetrate the skin deeper. Really more so, Morpheus 8 would be used on patients that are older, whereas I think Skin Pen is kind of better used for patients around my age, like 30, 45.
Well, I also noticed with the Morpheus that people can do like skin tightening, so it doesn't necessarily...
Yeah, they can do contouring, and they can also, it doesn't just have to be on their face. They can do it on, their abdomen, legs. There's large areas of the body. If, they have certain parts of the body that they want addressed, it is good for different parts of the body. Whereas Skin Pen is really, the microneedling is really just going to be kind of from your chest up.
Perfect. So what we're going to try to do with the DWH Med Spa is I'm going to try to have individual podcasts going over the different services that we have. We're lucky today because we have Badia Hamzi with us, who's going to talk a little bit more detail in regards to the new machine that we've gotten, our Hydrafacial. And I always heard that it's a game changer. And I got to be honest with you, I'm not a big fan of facials, as you can tell with this face, but I did do the Hydrafacial the first time when we were demoing the machine. And I walked out and said, holy cow, my face feels smooth, silky smooth, as they say. And then I did 4 weeks later another treatment that was an hour long. So I'm going to let you, Badia, explain to us what is the big difference between Hydrafacial and some of the other facials that are out there, and what kind of services that we can offer our clients with the Hydrafacial, and what the long-term implications with Hydrafacial are.
Sure, I'm happy to. So Hydrafacial prides itself on being a multi treatment machine. So we are a treatment, don't call it a facial, it's a Hydrafacial, because it addresses all skin concerns. So no matter what your skin type is, whether you're oily, dry, sensitive, mature, no matter what your skin condition is, whether it's acne, pigmentation, rosacea, fine lines and wrinkles, you're starting to notice some uncomfortable symptoms of aging, jowling in the lower face, Hydrafacial can adjust or customize the treatment perfectly. So what we see with Hydrafacial is 16,000 customizations. 16,000 customizations means you're getting every sort of idea or goal, if you will, handled during one facial treatment. So the Platinum Hydrafacial, which is our Ferrari, is lymphatic drainage, a cleanse and exfoliate step that physically exfoliates, a chemical exfoliation with a mini buffered peel, painless extractions, yes, I mean it, painless extractions, and a booster with LED. So our boosters are what we call super serums. This is where the rubber meets the road. So unlike a traditional facial where you're exfoliating and laying down product, you're massaging it onto the face, we actually know with our patented vortex fusion, with our patented tips, and with our specialty boosters that we are getting those ingredients, those really important molecules into the deeper layer of the epidermis. This way, we're not guessing, is it going where it needs to? We know it's going where it needs to. And then LED, of course, to help stimulate the skin to act younger.
So when you're talking about the treatments, because I remember when we first got the machine, there was a differentiation between a medical med spa and to go to Joe's salon that gets it. And when you're talking about the treatments, isn't there some of the treatments are medical, like prescription grade treatments that are being treated for the face?
Yes, absolutely. I'm glad you asked that because a lot of people ask, is Hydrafacial a medical grade treatment? Should I be getting a deep chemical peel? Should I be doing a Morpheus? Should I be doing, some other very strong treatment? And Hydrafacial, because it's customizable for our medical accounts like you, we do offer our medical boosters, like our Elastin booster and our Zeo boosters. And we also have our medical peel, which is a much stronger peel than the basic peel. That, along with the fact that we can help prep for more invasive treatment, and we can also be the perfect post-care for a more invasive treatment like microneedling or Morpheus or a CO2 laser.
Okay, because that's what I was telling one of my patients, because she was asking me the difference, and I was talking about the difference between a medical med spa and to go to a regular spa that might have Hydrafacial or a different machine in treating that. How many treatments does, like I know that I had my treatment done 2 weeks ago, but how often should you be doing these treatments? Is it in a package? How long does it last?
Such a good question. So in a perfect world, people would be getting a Hydrafacial treatment monthly, follows the 28-day cycle of skin. However, one treatment by itself is a treat, right? A series of Hydrafacials is a treatment. So if your goal is to correct something, whether it's acne, pigmentation, fine lines and wrinkles, it is recommended to do a series or to do continual treatments. That's just best case scenario. But if you had one treatment, you're going to see instant results. Like you said, you have brighter, smoother, more hydrated skin instantaneously. And that's one of the favorite things people say about Hydrafacial is that they get an instant result.
I think that helps too with the instant gratification when they're walking out and they have that glowy, dewy look and they're like, oh my gosh, this is great. And in their mind, they're like, I'm just going to do this the one time. And then, over time, 4 weeks, 6 weeks pass and they impurities in their skin that they kind of start to see that they're like, oh gosh, maybe I should go back and do this again.
Yeah.
And then it's just a revolving door. I mean, you have to take care of you have to take care of your skin.
It's a commitment to skincare. And I always say the clock's always ticking, right? We can do the most magical treatment in the world, but if you're not continuing to do the care at home with your professional medical grade skincare and you're not returning for your follow-up visits, you will eventually backtrack.
Right.
Well, I tell you, when we first got the machine and we were having the training session, I did, the 30-minute session. And then a couple of weeks ago, I got bamboozled into laying on the table and doing the 1 hour session.
The platinum.
Yeah. And I got to say, there's a big difference, okay? Especially with the red light therapy at the end. But the thing that changed it for me, and I don't know if any of your clients or anyone that's done it, is the whole lymphatic drainage. I mean, I was like, okay, is this a sales ploy? Does it? And I was like, holy cow. So that was a big difference. Do you have other clients that say the same thing?
100%. It is the unsung hero. A lot of people are unaware of the importance of lymphatic drainage, but as a medical provider, you know, lymphatic fluid is a liquid tissue like your blood. However, unlike our blood circulation, it's not regulated by a pump like your heart. It's a pumpless system. So think about our lifestyles. Most of us are sitting in cars a lot, or we're at a desk. We have allergies. We have more sedentary lifestyles sometimes. All of this can lead to poor lymphatic drainage. And if you're not leading that lymph out, if you're not operating in a healthy, way, you're going to see some buildup. And what that looks like in the face is puffiness, right? But it also affects other things like pressure in the face, breathing, how your allergies are treated, how you actually get rid of, toxins from your body.
No, I definitely saw it in that container. The other thing that you guys, especially my staff, my estheticians who are amazing, and my nurse practitioners, but the one thing that maybe I just didn't hear it, but they said, oh, once you're done, just make sure you hydrate. I'm telling you one thing, laying there, doing the lymphatic drainage, doing all that, I got up and I had to go to the hospital to see a patient, and it was like 85 degrees outside. I looked like someone who drank a case of beer. Like, I was stumbling.
You walked into my office to get your phone, and I was like, oh, gosh, are you okay? You're like, yeah, I'll be fine in a second.
And then the worst thing is to throw a nicotine pouch in your mouth. So you're doing your nicotine pouch. You just got lymphatic drainage. I mean, I think
didn't
people
drink water, I bet.
Oh, I didn't even have any water.
Yeah.
And I'm driving down the road going, why am I so lightheaded?
Well,
Let me think.
One of my best friends from high school, she does not like to be touched. So, like, and I mean that, and she's never had a massage. She's never had a facial. Not like to be touched that was an aggressive statement. But, like, those situations make her very uncomfortable. So when we had sent out the Mother's Day blast about Hydrafacial, she sent me a message and she was like, I feel like I'm at the age where I have to do something. Like, I've never had a facial. I've never had Botox. I don't do anything. And I was like, just come get the Hydrafacial. Just try it. Like, if you hate it, you won't hurt my feelings, but give it a try. And she walked into my office. I finally convinced her to do it. She walked into my office and she was like, oh my God, that was amazing. And I'm not lying. 30 minutes later, her husband texted me and he was like, I cannot believe you convinced her after 35 years to come and get a facial. He was like, but she walked in and she was literally glowing. And he's like, and I promise the glow is not from pregnancy.
That makes me really happy.
She was so happy. I mean, and her husband was even like, she doesn't do anything for herself. They have 3 kids. Like, she just doesn't take the time to take care of herself because she's always taking care of her husband and the kids, which hats off to her. But yeah, he was like, she looks like a different person. Like, she walked in the house glowing.
That makes me really happy. That Hydrafacial glow is honestly...
She also had the lip perk.
Oh, that's so beautiful. That Hydrafacial glow is different from... You were asking, how is this different from other facials? That's really what sold me is I knew as an esthetician of over 20 years, all facials you walk out looking somewhat glowy. You've been exfoliated, you have all this product on your face, you look great.
Sure.
However, tell me how your skin looks tomorrow or the next day, because a traditional facial isn't as long lasting.
Right.
It can't be. But with our penetrating into the deeper tissues, you're getting hydration on a different level. It's why we won year after year best hydrating facial, because it's that long lasting beautiful glow. But even more than that, you're addressing
So many different things.
really addressing just about every skin goal painlessly, no downtime, and you're seeing instant smooth and hydrated skin. And I don't know, but that's a winning combination in my eyes.
And at the beginning of it, you said, when Dr. Shaban called it a facial, and you said, well, it's a treatment, which is true, but you really do feel, when you say it's pain-free, it really does feel like you're getting a facial. I mean, it feels like a facial. Yes, it's a treatment.
It's just so much more.
Yeah,
Well, I think the other thing that I noticed, and I don't know if you mentioned it at first, is the biggest difference that I noticed with it, it's not a dry treatment. Where we had a different machine, and I tell you what, I believe every woman that says that was not painless. I mean, it felt like sandpaper was going across my face. I'm like, okay, I very rarely do these things. I'm not doing this ever again. Where when I had this treatment, it just felt like moisture just going across your face. And I think that it was the game changer for me and how it felt. And it felt like your skin was absorbing the treatment. That's where I noticed a difference.
It's exactly what's happening, and you were intuitive enough to feel that and notice it. But Hydrafacial is a category in itself. Traditionally, back in the day, all we had to exfoliate with was microdermabrasion, whether it was the sandblasting with the alum crystals, which was ever so pleasant, or the diamond microderm, which to your point was dry and abrasive. That's all we really had, maybe dermaplaning. Hydrafacial recognized that there was a need for something more nurturing to the skin, and not having, you would have to dry the skin first, then you would dry it even more, you'd be dusty and crusty, right?
Yep.
And then you'd spend the second half of the treatment trying to give moisture back to the skin. But with Hydrafacial, we never take away anything the skin needs. We're simply always delivering what it needs and craves.
Perfect. Now, the other thing I want to bring up, where your Hydrafacial also works on the scalp for, I call it hair growth, but you're not supposed to say hair growth, for scalp healing or health.
Restoration?
It's a scalp health treatment. Do we have people who are growing hair back? Absolutely. Do we have people who have less itchy scalp, less flaking, less oily buildup, less inflammation in general? Absolutely.
And I saw some literature, and I've seen some talks on the treatment, and it's called, what is it called exactly for the scalp?
It's called Ceravive. So
Ceravive.
Ceravive is our scalp health treatment. We treat skin, not just skin on the face, but skin from the top of your head to the bottoms of your feet. Like, if you have skin, we're in. So the scalp was essentially...
Yeah.
Skin we're in. Well, I saw some literature on it, and I saw about the whole hair growth thing. So, of course, not that I have thinning hair.
Yeah, you were kicking and screaming to get that done.
So,
Oh, please, no, I don't want to.
So we're going to do a before and after, because just like 90% of the American population, I'm non-compliant. If you told me I have to take a pill every day to cause hair to grow, I go, you know what, forget about it. It's not happening. Or to put a lotion. So part of my treatment 2 weeks ago is they did the first one, and I'm going to do another one in 6 weeks. And they took pictures. So we'll post it on our podcast.
Oh, they did take pictures.
And to see how much hair growth. I'm starting to, no, I haven't seen it.
Are you using your take-home
No.
peptide?
Yes,
No, he's not.
I swear to God, I'm using it. I'm spraying every morning, and I'm not using the cheap shampoo like I was using before.
So if I can just remind you our 80-20 rule, right?
Yep.
20% of your success is in your esthetician's hands. She sees you or he sees you one day a month for CeraVive or Hydrafacial, and the other days of the month, you're really supposed to be doing the work at home. That's 80%.
I'm doing it.
I'm so proud of you.
So and the reason why I led into this segue, because if I leave these two, they'll talk about kids and everything else all day long, is we're getting ready at DWH MedSpa to have a big, huge event with the Hydrafacial coming on board, and it's a great fit for our practice because already we're dealing with women's health issues such as bioidentical hormone therapy. We're definitely deal with Botox, fillers. We deal with the Morpheus. We're dealing with a lot of the lasers and all that. So we want to have a huge event coming up. And what's the date of our event?
It is July 1st.
So
it's a Tuesday.
So July 1st, we're going to do this event. But the great thing about it is it's not just on Hydrafacial. It's just not for pellets. It's not with the hormone therapy. I want to try to combine it to where it's the complete you as a woman. Because you can do as much Hydrafacials as you want. And if you're postmenopausal and you're not having the proper hormone therapy, you're going to still feel miserable. Even though you look great, you'll feel miserable. And then on the other hand, for the patients that are doing hormone therapy, that they feel great, they want to look great. So we're going to incorporate it, and it's going to be a huge event. And it's a Thursday night?
Tuesday.
Oh, that's good. I know my dates well.
Yeah.
So it'll be a Tuesday night. But log on to our
website. We'll send out a email blast to everyone that obviously currently patients, but we will put it on our website as well for information. So just dwhmedspa.com.
Check their socials.
Yep. And if you have any questions regarding the event and you don't find it online, obviously you can give us a call, 804-447-2303. But we will have a lot of information regarding the event coming out this week. And we just want, like Dr. Shaban said, every aspect of life, whatever you're dealing with, going through, you're not doing it alone. We want to help you. We want to get you back to the old you, help you become where you want to be. We're really looking forward to helping everybody.
And I'm excited because we've talked to the cosmetic line. Mm-hmm. We've talked to the aesthetic line, meaning the Botox, the filler distributors. And we also have a partnership now with Nutrafol, which is a perfect fit into this whole event that we're going to be having.
Yeah, CeraVive, like Badia was saying, with, scalp health, and then Nutrafol, I'm sure you've heard of it, just a daily supplement to help with hair growth, kind of combining the two to be able to give you optimal results.
It's talking about what I love about this industry is everything comes together synergistically. Mm-hmm. So with Nutrafol, with your other machines, with your skincare, you have to look at the inclusive approach, and with the bioidentical hormones and with the weight loss journey, with the medications, you have to take care of your skin. You have to supplement. You have to be maintained with your hormones. All of those things are super important. If you neglect any of them, you're not going to get the full benefit.
So you have to be the complete opposite of Dr. Shaban and be compliant with all of the treatments and the tools that we give you to fix the problems.
He's under reform.
I mean,
he's getting there.
It's a work.
I'm getting better.
It's a
or
work
as
in
my
progress.
wife used to say, I wish that you would do what you tell all your patients to do.
Yes.
So
May's not super compliant either, though. So.
No.
She's also getting there. I want to say I have to give him credit because
they are getting better.
In the past, he wouldn't have even let anyone do a treatment on him.
My.
Not only is he allowing it now, he's embracing it.
The fact that he's had 2 Hydrafacials and the CeraVive was mind-blowing.
Winning.
Yeah, that was shocking.
Well, I want to thank everybody for tuning into this podcast. If you got any concerns, questions, please reach out to our office, send us an email, send us an email blast, or go on our social media, and we're more than happy to answer your questions. And then we'll also do a podcast of the after pictures of Shaban's scalp,
I can't wait.
and we'll go from there.
I'm so excited.
I didn't know we got before photos.
Oh, trust me. And Brittany's now going to become one of my co-hosts in some of the other podcasts.
Oh, that's because I'm such a delight.
Oh, yeah. No, we have to use up 30 minutes.
Okay. You're welcome. Glad to be here. Yes.
All right, guys, take care and have a great holiday week.
All right. We love y'all.